Okay, final update before I release my track soon. I just wanted to give everyone a quick tour and maybe hopefully make it around a lap or two without crashing. So, just kind of want to give you a quick demonstration, kind of show you how everything turned out. As you can see, the grass mask looks really good. This is kind of that jitter blur with some reduced density. I used Red Rider's rut brushes or tractor brushes to kind of finish out the starting area. As you saw, it was looking pretty plain. So the last kind of step to do would be to just touch up the starting area, make it look nice. You can touch up anything really if you want, but seeing as this was just more of a demonstration, experimental type of thing that I was building, I didn't really spend too much time on the off-track details. But I was pretty happy with how they turned out because even with the seamless textures that we built and all the masks, I think it looks really good. Also, the trees that I used or created were from Blender Kit, and then I followed one of the tutorials that I managed to create describing how to create alpha plane trees. So I think those are all turning out pretty good too. So once I get to the top, I'll kind of give you a little bit better view here. But I think, spec map wise, you can see some of the shine or some of the lighting looks pretty good. Um, the, the edge mask looks pretty decent. There's definitely stuff that's like kind of not as natural as I'd hoped, but I think it can easily be touched up or brushed over, if you will. I mean, all of this is nice. It's rideable. I'll kind of see if we can get up to a higher spot. You can see more. Did not mean to do that. I'm just gonna restart back up here. Um, I haven't actually tried to get out over into this area yet, so it'll be kind of interesting. But I think that's one thing to kind of consider with Gaea is the height map is very rough, but it's all drivable. I think people who like to make free ride terrains and stuff, this will be pretty good option. So anyway, here we go. Kind of looking out. I'm gonna try to make my way down and show you guys the background object over here. You can see way in the distance. We do have our sky background, and then we have the object background, or the landscape background, which I've added some extra trees to. So, yeah, it turned out pretty good. If you ask me. It's gonna reset back to the pit here. Okay, so just quick demonstration, let you see how the track looks, but it's just gonna be set up right behind the start area. First turn is kind of big. This is the finish line jump, finish/starting line jump. Nothing too crazy. I was thinking about putting out a rough version of this map where all these ruts that you can see, might actually have some texture on the height map. When I was testing, I felt like a little too rough for my taste, but I'm also not that great at this game, so yeah. Maybe I'll put out two versions. We'll see. See. Anyway, I had a lot of fun building this and kind of experimenting with Gaea. Apologies for riding like crap here. Maybe you'll let me do another lap. But I think it's going to be a pretty interesting tool to use going forward. Definitely has some potential with generating really interesting height maps. All sorts of different options, all sorts of colors. A lot of stuff that you want to generate procedurally on your own. You know, guys got those options for you so far. So, yeah, I plan on releasing this here in the next week or so. Just got a few things to touch up and finalize, but I'll put this video up early so everyone can see it. And feel free to leave a comment or feedback. We're coming up here on the final straight, so I'm just going to shut up and try to put in a really solid lap after I get back on the bike. Ooh. Yeah, and one thing to note too is this is going to be a bigger track, especially with the OEM previews coming out. This is like a little tougher than I had intended. I may even shrink down the size compared to what you can see here. So that it's just things are going to be a little bit, I'd say, easier to clear. Not so big. But yeah, I don't know. Just let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear if anyone has any feedback about what they think of the scale so far. I try to incorporate lots of different line choices, like you know, you can take this one inside or out. Definitely bucked myself over that jump. You know, some of these bigger jumps, I may try to add in like some other options for a 250. Not really, you know, trying to build too many tracks for 125s. I think they actually require completely different scaling, personally. But hey, I think it runs pretty well for a 450 track. Oop. I get so excited coming off that corner and greasing it that I'll just forget that I kind of need to let off before that jump. But yeah. Anyway, please, you know, leave some comments if you have any questions or want to know techniques on anything else, or if Gaea is possible, or if it's possible to do anything else with Gaea. You know, happy to try and experiment and look around, but I think it turned out pretty well. All right, thanks.